Well, Chelsea are cruising. I tell you what, they are cruising and they're really doing great into what we call the UEFA Conference League. First and foremost, they are not supposed to be here according to their history, but their recent form has been really bad that they all had to obviously see to it that they play into this tournament. And guess what? Today they've gone ahead, obviously beat Gent by 4-2. And in their first game of football that they played in the UEFA Conference League, they went ahead to obviously find themselves beating, what was the side they beat? They went ahead to beat, I think is this the first game? I think this is the first game they're going ahead to play, because when I look into their fixtures, they last played on 29th August and they beat Servette by 2-1, and that was a UEFA Conference qualifier. And looks like this is their first game in the UEFA Conference League, and they are cruising. They are cruising to the fullest, and I tell you what, they've gone ahead to put in a very huge shift. And I tell you, one man that has gone ahead to impress me is none other than Pedro Neto, and he has been really elite. He has been in full blast. I tell you what, I love the play. You know, sometimes I'm really too picky, and for all the people that have gone ahead obviously coming through and follow me up right onto this channel, I've always gone ahead not to come out and really give out flowers. I only give out flowers to players that I believe are that good, you know. And Chelsea has players like Pedro Neto that I believe are really good. João Felix also had a very good game. The likes of Carl Palmer, who haven't gone ahead to be registered in this tournament because they believe this other second string side can obviously go ahead and really win it, because Chelsea are the favorites to win it, you know. I've gone ahead to give them their flowers, you know. For me, is it Colville, that left back? They have a player known as Malo Gusto good, Caicedo is good, Enzo Fernandez is good, Carl Palmer for me is elite, Jadon Sancho, top class players, you understand? So there are players at Chelsea that I believe are really top class, but Pedro Neto is really one of those. And there is a certain tweet I really read before they went into this game of football, and it was like Enzo Maresca is trying to use this tournament to obviously sharpen Mikhailo Modric, Nkunku, João Felix, and Pedro Neto. And all those players, as we've gone ahead obviously mentioned them, went ahead obviously start into this encounter that was played at the Stamford Bridge. And the lineup of Chelsea had Johnson in goal in a system of 4-2-3-1. They really had the following people. Let me flash it on the screen and you guys have a look at it, because you might be like, I'm really cooking my own words, but looks like this is how I'm supposed to be doing to obviously show you how Chelsea went ahead to line up today. And that's how Chelsea went ahead obviously line up. And they had Jorgensen in goal, Disasi right back, Veiga left back. This is Tosin and Badiashile into the central defense. Badiashile left-sided centre back, and Tosin played as a right-sided centre back. Casadei and Dozo Brihal played in the double pivot. João Felix was played as a number 10. This is the beauty of João Felix. João Felix can play literally in every position, you know. Central attacking midfielder, he can play as a right forward, he can play as a left forward, he can play as a centre forward. That is João Felix. And for me, he was one of the brilliant signings at the club of Chelsea, because I like players like João Felix who can really produce a moment of magic. When I say a moment of magic, what am I meaning? Create something from nothing, you know. Pedro Neto, right attacking midfielder, Modric, left attacking midfielder, and Nkunku. Very good team. And finally, they went ahead to find themselves on target in the 12th minute. It was Mikhailo Modric cross to the far post, and Renato Veiga went ahead obviously meet it with his strong header and headed in the back of the net. 46th minute, Pedro Neto went ahead to score a beauty, and he shot at goal using his weak foot, that is the right foot, and it was 2-0. Then Watanabe in the 50th minute went ahead to pull one back, and Christopher Nkunku was like, I have to obviously extend our comfortable lead back again, and obviously he made it 3-1 for the club of Chelsea. And then Dozo Brihal in the 70th minute went ahead to make it 4 for the side of Chelsea, and Gadelman went ahead obviously put in a very good shift and obviously went ahead to do the needful. But one thing that most of you Chelsea fans really noticed was that Edu Good Johnson, one of your players that used to play for Chelsea, was in the stands. And why was he here? He was here to watch his son, and his son played as a number 9 for the side of Gent. And guess what? He is 22 years of age, and when you look at his stats, he's really amazing, and he plays for the Iceland national team. And this season, he has gone ahead to play 8 matches in the League of Iceland. He has 2 goals and 1 assist, and I believe that he really put in the required shift altogether. And he plays for the Belgian Pro League, and the father was there to see to it that he really gives the son the best that he deserves. And if at all he's playing in such tournaments at that age, 22 years of age, he can obviously move on. And his father being an influential figure in the game of football, he can obviously get him a better club. But in the game of football, it's obviously good to let the player grow organically. And I think I love the way he really plays. And Chelsea was really a very, very, very stronger side than this side. You get? It was like Goliath versus David. That is it. Chelsea was really very strong in this encounter. And Good Johnson, Andre, really went ahead to put in a very good shift. So Chelsea won that game of football, and remember, they've gone ahead to go on a very winning stretch. When you look at Chelsea, I think they last went ahead to lose a game of football when they are playing against, in the opening game of the season, when they really lost to Man City by 2-0. And you can understand why they lost to Chelsea. Chelsea is one of the biggest clubs in the world, but after that, they've gone ahead to win very many games. 70-0 Wolves, 6-2. They went ahead to beat 70-1 away. Then 70 went ahead to beat them by 2-1, but Chelsea went through. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace 1-1. Chelsea beat Bournemouth by 1-1. West Ham was beaten by Chelsea by 3-0. Then Chelsea went ahead to beat Barrow by 5-0. That was the third round of the EFL Cup. Then Chelsea beat Brighton by 4-2, just over the weekend. That's the previous Saturday. And today they've gone ahead to beat Gent by 4-2. And Pedro Neto was really doing a lot of work into that beautiful game of football. And I was like, oh my, this man is really one of the greatest I've gone ahead to see. And it's just a matter of time. Pedro Neto was one of those players that has been scouted by every top team: Liverpool, Arsenal, Barcelona, and so on and so forth. But this time around, it came to pass, and he obviously crossed from Chelsea, from Wolverhampton Wanderers to the side of Chelsea. And this is Start Museum FC has come out and really told us the following. You know, he obviously gets us Premier League and La Liga stats, and he's really one great guy that you can obviously get stats from. He says Pedro Neto created 5 chances against Gent, who created 5 chances as a team. So the entire Gent side went ahead to create 5 chances, and this guy single-handedly created 5 of those. And this was his game by numbers. That is Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto completed 32 out of the 33 passes completed, meaning that he only put a pass wrong once in the entire minutes he played for. 6 touches in the opposition box, 5 chances created, 5 times he won possession, 4 shots, 3 duels won, 2 take-ons completed, and he really had one beautiful goal as Pedro Neto. And for me, he's really one of those that deserves a huge hail or acknowledgement after this beautiful game of football. Then let's talk about Renato Veiga. Remember, Arsenal and Chelsea were really versing for a player known as Carafiori, and Chelsea were really pushing hard, and they're willing to obviously do the needful. Obviously, the Carafiori obviously joins the side of Chelsea, but Carafiori went ahead to inform them that he only wants to go to Arsenal, and all those clubs really pulled out. Now, Veiga came in through as an alternative for Ricardo Carafiori, as the manager had already gone ahead to make up his mind that I'm not going to be using Ben Chilwell as a player into my left back, and he brought in Renato Veiga, and Veiga is really doing great. And I saw to it that he's a versatile player. I saw one of the games where they played him in the midfield, and he played in the double pivot. You get? And Renato Veiga went ahead to produce some amazing game of football, and he scored a goal today, and I was very much amazed with his stats. And these were his stats into that game. 100% duels won, 100% take-ons completed, 5 touches in the position area. Those are too many touches, especially into for a left back, you know, meaning that he really overlapped very well and inverted into the midfield very well. 4 chances created, 4 times he won possession, 3 tackles won, 2 interceptions. He had 1 goal and 1 assist. Renato Vega was a force to reckon with this night, and Chelsea fans are like, he is what he thinks he really is. That is Renato Vega for you. Now, let me show you the player. Let me show you the stats of the game, and then later we are gonna come out and really look at what Enzo Maresca has gonna hate to say about these players of Chelsea that have gonna hate to put in a very huge shift into this beautiful game of football that was played at the Bridge. And happiness is really returning at the Bridge, and I think consistency is really kicking in, and Enzo Maresca is really turning things around. Now, Chelsea 20 shots. Gent has had 9. Chelsea had 5 shots on target, and out of the 5, 4 went ahead to cross the line. But I tell you what, 20 and only 5 on target, I think they lacked a little bit of composure. And this is where you miss the likes of Carl Palmer, the Jordan Sanchos of this world, because they really give you something different than these other players that they give you, especially in the final third of the pitch. That's why you see it that 20 shots at goal and only 5 are on target. I've always told you that a team has obviously average half of the total shots at goal on target, meaning that out of 20, at least would have been had like 10 on target. Gent had 9 shots at goal, 3 on target. Chelsea had a possession of 70%, and then Gent had 30, 768 passes completed by Chelsea, 319 completed by Gent. 92% passing accuracy by Chelsea, 82% passing accuracy by Gent, 9 fouls by Chelsea, 7 fouls by Gent, 1 yellow card to each side, no red cards were issued, 0 offsides to Chelsea, and then 2 to the side of Gent, and 10 corners to the side of Chelsea and 4 corners to the side of Gent. Now, let me show you how the table is really standing right now. I'm going to show you just the top 10, right? I don't have time to obviously come up and obviously give you the rest. Bruges, 3 points with 4 goals. Omonia, 3 goals, 3 points and 4 goal difference. Paphos, 3 points and 3 goals. Lugano, 3 points and 3 goals. Molde, 3 goals and 3 points. Chelsea, 2 goals as a goal difference and 3 points. Victoria SC are really having 3 points and 2 goals. Fiorentina, 2 goals and 3 points. Noah, 2 goals and 3 points. And Hearts having 3 points and 1 goal. That is it. So that is where we're really having everything in here onto the channel known as the Rokani Media Football, and that's Chelsea for you. And I tell you what, they really looked good. Now I think I'm going to have to break this game down, and if I'm to really bring you what Enzo Maresca is going to have to say, I tell you what, it's really gonna really be a long video. Yet I really don't want to obviously record a video of 20 minutes right now, because you guys, match reactions are supposed to be short unless otherwise they're really live streams. But other games have gone to be played in the UEFA Europa League. Manchester United has gone ahead to draw 3-3 with the side of FC Porto. Highly contested game. Maguire saving Eric Ten Hag. Then we've gone ahead to see other teams coming in through. I say Galatasaray was in the mix, but they've gone ahead to do the needful. Now, I want to obviously tell you, should I do the player ratings? Obviously, let me do the player ratings, all right, for Chelsea. Now, Chelsea and their player ratings. Goalkeeper never kept a clean sheet, and I think that there was some little bit sloppiness in defending for both goals. Don't blame the goalkeeper on the day because it looked okay. 6 out of 10. Disasi, very good pass that resulted into that Pedro Neto goal. He takes a 7 out of 10. Vega, a goal and an assist. Obviously, he qualifies to get an 8 out of 10. Badiashile, 7 out of 10. Tosin, 7.5 out of 10. Casadei, obviously, he deserves a 7.5 out of 10. Duozo Brihal, gonna give him an 8. Looked really vibrant. Pedro Neto, I give him a 9 out of 10. Mokalo Modric, obviously, had an assist. I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10. Yao Felix, obviously, I think he created an assist, I think, for one of the goals that Chelsea scored. 7 out of 10. Not yet to those levels, but I believe if he continues getting enough playing time, he really turn out to be good. Nkunku, I like one thing about him. He's a very good finisher. You look at the way he scored. Just like, allow me really complete this into the lower left bottom corner. That is Nkunku for you. The substitutes: George, 6 out of 10. Mark Giu, 6.5 out of 10. And those are the two substitutes that were made by the manager. The manager gets an 8 out of 10 for me. And who is my man of the match? I obviously surrender the man of the match award to none other than Pedro Neto. Remember his name. The guy is really exceptional. And my big question is, why does the manager of Chelsea start Madueke ahead of this guy Pedro Neto? You get? And I was so much pissed with the manager because he was like getting this guy and is playing him as a left forward, yet I know to it that he can operate better as a right forward. But recently, most of the games he's being played as a right forward, and I know it's just a matter of time for him to take over Madueke into that system of Chelsea. And I think I should come up and record a video, full video, asking you, giving you a reason as to why I believe Pedro Neto deserves a start ahead of Madueke. That is it, guys. I know you guys have been really doing the needful, and I'm out for now. See you later. Bye bye.